Alrighty, let's move on to the next game here. Seattle at Indianapolis Colts, and man, oh man, the Colts were just not looking great. Their wide receivers were really doing nothing. Carson Wentz wasn't looking anything spectacular. He was looking okay. So let's start here with the Colts from last night. Carson Wentz going 25 of 38. Let's see what that number is. Here we go. 65% completion percentage, still solid in the range that we do like to see. 62 to 65, but we are on this year we are potentially reworking that number to a potential 65 to 67, but Carson Wentz at 65, either way you slice it, that's exactly what we want to see. 251 yards, so 10 yards of completion, right on the border of dink and dunk, and extending the field. But he had two touchdowns and no interceptions. I believe he did fumble and losses. So let's see where that turnover by Carson Wentz came from. He didn't throw any interceptions, which is great, especially given last season. We didn't think that was going to carry over from last season to this season because it was kind of, the Philadelphia team and just kind of the overall aura in the locker room and everything wasn't great. So he's not throwing any interceptions, and we know that isn't really his game. But he fumbled here in the third quarter when they were down 21 to 10. So they fumble after getting the Seahawks fumble. So you can't turn the ball over off of a turnover. I mean, you can't do that because you're not putting up any points, and then you give them a free pass and all the kind of the motivation and the overall electricity. I'm trying to find the word. The overall momentum. That's the word. The big mo. The big momentum just goes right back to the opposing team if you don't make them pay for their turnover. So Seahawks fumble, and then Carson Wentz goes on to fumble. Luckily, the Seahawks can't do anything with it. They have to punt off of that fumble, but still, that was an opportunity to get points. It was an 11-point game, 2-possession game, and you turn the ball over. Come on. And then they just weren't doing really anything good. I mean, look at these drive charts here by this Colts team. First drive, 14 plays, 67 yards. That only results in a field goal. You ate up 9 minutes on the clock, and you only came away with 3 points. Let's see what happened here. Why did it stall? First and goal from Seattle's 9-yard line. It's a 2-yard run, and then it's a minus 3-yard run, and then it's a 7-yard pass on third and goal from the 10, and now it brings up fourth and goal from the 3, and they end up kicking the field goal. So it was a great drive, a long drive, sustaining drive that ate up 9 minutes of the clock, which is great. But if you don't come away with a touchdown there, you kind of shot yourself in the foot because you ate up a lot of clock, but you only scored 3, so, Seahawks come down and score 7, and now, you're out, you're down, you're losing the game, and it's basically the end of the first quarter. And then they go 3 and out. Their third possession, they score a touchdown, making it 14 to 10, and then they go 3 and out again. Turnover on downs on 4 plays, and then another 3 and out, and then another 3 and out, and then it's Carson Wentz's fumble, and then it's a turnover on downs. Let's see where they were trying to score at. All right, at Seattle's kind of 18-yard line, 4th and 2, they go for it. Carson Wentz sacked. Not great. We have that play queued up here, so let's watch it. Here we go. This is the sack. You have to get some points out of here, and why not kick the field goal here? It would make it a 1-possession game with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You would have an opportunity. You would most likely have an opportunity right here. Yeah, you give Seattle the ball back with 10 minutes left, up 8 points, but it's better than, being down 10 and no chance to win the game. So let's see what happens here. 21-10, Colts down, 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and they're at Seattle's 19-yard line. Let's see this sack by Carson Wentz here. Drops back to pass. Bull rush right off the right side, but this is a wide open throw. You know it's 4th and 2. You know you're going to have to get the ball out of your hands quickly. You know the pressure is going to get there. And let's see, this wide receiver at the top of the screen is wide open, and Carson Wentz does not see him. Look at this, the nice little kind of in route. You should be looking here the whole time. It's a slant route. You only need 2 yards. What are you looking for? He's not even looking at this side of the field. It's wide open, and then he gets taken down for a sack. This man is staring down the left side of the field. So let's see the bottom 2 routes. What was supposed to be the play right here? Anything open? He was open. 2 players open. one on the right side, one on the left side that he was staring down on, and he doesn't throw him the ball. This is who you're supposed to go to right here. He's not even, I don't know, why are you looking up here? This is supposed to be kind of a pick route to open up this underneath route, but he's looking at the pick routes that you're not really are going to be able to go to here. Why go for the big chunk play when you could just pick up the first down? So Carson Wentz not making the right read here, and he gets taken down for a sack. They don't put up any points, turnover on downs, and they lose the game because of that. So, two options here. You kick the field goal, make it an 8-point game, 1-possession game, and hope your defense can get the ball back and have Carson Wentz, score the touchdown in the 2-point conversion to tie it up. Or you make the right read here on the play and pick it up and then potentially score a touchdown right here. But neither happened, and they lose the game because of it. So, not the greatest out here for the Colts. Our Super Bowl prediction pick right here. Super Bowl winning pick right here, and they don't get it done. So lackluster by Carson Wentz. We'll go deeper into Carson Wentz on Wednesday's show. The running game, Jonathan Taylor, 17 carries for 56 yards, solid. Nyheim Hines, 9 carries for 34 yards, so I'll take that. Running back by committee was solid. No Marlon Mack, which is a little interesting in the running game. And then the receivers right here, it's all dink and dunk by Carson Wentz. We know there's no T.Y. Hilton out there, but you still have to use your other wide receivers, and the number one receiving player for the Colts with Jonathan Taylor, their running back, 6 receptions for 60 yards, and then their number 2 receiver was their running back, Nyheim Hines, 6 receptions for 48 yards, and then it was Zach Pascal, 4 receptions for 43 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, so we'll give him credit. And then it's Michael Pittman Jr., a little bit of a lackluster performance, only 3 receptions for 29 yards, when we really want him to kind of step in and be the number 1 wide receiver on this team while T.Y. Hilton is out. So underwhelming, lackluster performance by Michael Pittman Jr. in the passing game for the Colts, and they results in a loss. Unfortunate. Carson Wentz with the 1 turnover. Got to clean that up. Jeez Louise. All right, now let's talk about the Seahawks. Well, don't have to worry about them. Like we knew, they came in on the road against a real solid Colts team and won. It looked good. Russell Wilson, 18 of 23. Absolutely fantastic. We all, that's what we know he does. Let's get a completion percentage on that. I'm sure it's like 70%. 78%. Absolutely fantastic. 78% and only 23 attempts. I mean, once again, you don't need to throw the ball, 51 times. You don't need to do that. Seahawks put up 28 points on only 23 attempts. Throwing the ball, we'll take it. He put up 254 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks, didn't even fumble the ball either. You love to see it. So, Seattle, Russell Wilson offense is looking real gosh dang good. Tyler Lockett, 4 receptions for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. DK Metcalf, 4 receptions for 60 yards and a touchdown. So their wide receiver core, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf getting it done. The running game, Chris Carson, 16 carries for 91 yards. I mean, this Colts defense really took away nothing. Russell Wilson was able to do whatever he wanted. The running game was able to kind of do whatever he wanted. The wide receivers were always able to get open, and they win the game decently easily. It was competitive, like we said, 10 minutes left, 11-point game, decently close, but then from that point on, they can't do anything. So, very well done by this Seahawks team. The offense was looking good. Russell Wilson was looking good. There is no animosity there between Russell Wilson and the coaching staff, the offensive coordinator, the lineman, Pete Carroll, nothing like that. So, all right, we can buy this Seattle team 100% going into week 2. They played a lot better than I thought, and a little underwhelming performance by the Colts, but we are not backing off of this Colts team. We didn't really think they would go undefeated realistically. We think this team would be having its learning curves up and down, kind of like the Bucks from last season. They didn't get out to the hottest start. They took their time to get everything figured out. They finished the season 11-5 last season. Nothing, I think maybe 10-6. Is that potential? But either around that mark, not undefeated, not only 1 loss or 2 losses, anything like that. We also had the Rams in our Super Bowl prediction. Colts Rams, and the Rams, they have no learning curve, so we do think the Colts are going to take it a little bit slowly but surely, hopefully a little bit sooner rather than later when they really kick it off. But we're not bailing, we're not jumping ship on this Colts team quite yet. Let's get T.Y. Hilton back. That's definitely something that's gonna have to happen for this Colts team to be good now, because nobody's really stepping it up. You were at home. This was kind of your opportunity to show you can do it. These other wide receivers, Pascal, Michael Pittman Jr. need to step it up a little bit, and they were just throwing to the running backs the entire game. So Seahawks win by 12, 28-16.